Hello and welcome to the Beer Search Party. This is Sean Inman with you, and here is our second review of the month of January. It's Black House, a coffee roasty stout going to the can from Modern Times Brewery in San Diego. Now, earlier this month we reviewed Loma Land, their Saison, which I consider to be a little more pilsnery, but still good nonetheless. So now we've moved on to their Black House, which I've had a couple times before on draft and was really impressed by. And so now we'll see how the canned version compares to my memory of the draft version. Now, one of the cool things that I like about the Modern Times cans, one of them was just simply the whole color scheme and everything that goes on. The other is the extremely cool labeling on the back here that shows you exactly what's going on with the behind the beer, behind the scenes. It gives you the SRM, the IBU, the final gravity, and it gives you all the ingredients from the malts and the coffee, as well as a little bit of the backstory on the beer, and a little bit of insight into the whole Modern Times ethos, as it were. So let us get a big aroma and taste of this coffee roasty stout. And let me tell you what I think of this new beer from Modern Times. Oh yeah, that's a big coffee aroma, but it's creamy. It's more of a medium roast sort of thing. It's more actual coffee and not like grinded or brewing. It's more the actual sort of a latte-ish sort of smell to it. Nice tan head, a little bit of lacing on it as well. Nice dark brown with some hints of black in there as well. So very nice color and very nice smell with a little bit of sweetness there as well. Yeah, that taste has got that bitterness that you want from coffee that really gets astringent at the back. Yeah, that is very bitter coffee with some slight, I don't want to say milk chocolate, but it is more milk chocolate than its dark chocolate notes. Yeah, it's very much in that iced coffee latte sort of thing. There's not a lot of other flavors like that, but there is sort of creaminess to the coffee, but there's also a lot of astringency. So maybe it's more of a mix, like you're having a little bit of coffee, then a little bit of latte. It's got a mixture of those two things going on, but it's very, very big with the coffee, and it just keeps going, but it doesn't overwhelm the rest of the beer. It's the main flavor profile, but it's not taking over everything. There are some subtle nuances around the edges on this one. Like I said, a little bit of sweetness to it. A little bit of chicory type of note. And just a scant touch of vanilla that I taste. Just a little bit of that going on. This is a mix of 75%, I believe, Ethiopian and 25% Sumatra. It's always interesting to find out how they came upon that particular configuration. Did they try 74 and that was not enough and 76 was too much? How did they get to that particular one? There are so many different ways to add coffee to the beer, and then so many coffees to choose from to begin with, and then so many different styles that you can add coffee to, though primarily most of the coffee beers you see are stouts, because that backbone sort of holds up against the big coffee taste that you get from artisanal roasters. You can do others. I've had excellent coffee beers with Amber by Eagle Rock in that amber style, but you really have to be very careful and choose wisely with your coffee and your style. Sometimes I've seen even coffee IPAs, and those tend not to work too as well, though it can be done because there's just too much fighting going on between two different types of bitterness. But this is an excellent version of a coffee stout. It gives you that great coffee taste, a nice little melange of other flavors in the background, and a nice, lovely base of beer to let that coffee shine. So of these two, I definitely like the Black House by a considerable margin, but the Loma Land has its interesting points too. So if you're in the San Diego area, I suggest highly that you go out to their tasting room / fermentorium and try some of their other beers in their lineup and see which ones you prefer. Thanks very much for watching, and check out my website at www.beersearchparty.com. Cheers.